Have you ever wondered how Thanksgiving became the holiday we know and love today? It's a story that goes way beyond that first feast in 1621. While we often think of the Pilgrims and Native Americans, the modern Thanksgiving we celebrate has a much more complex and fascinating history, deeply tied to the very founding of the United States. It wasn't just a single event. It was a journey of transformation from a simple harvest festival into a national symbol of unity and gratitude. So, let us peel back the layers of this beloved holiday and explore how Thanksgiving evolved from a colonial harvest to a cherished national tradition. Our story really kicks into gear with the first president of the United States, George Washington. In 1789, just after the Revolutionary War, the nation was brand new and incredibly fragile. Washington saw the need for something to bring the diverse states and their people together. On October 3, 1789, he issued a proclamation designating Thursday, November 26th, as a day of public thanksgiving and prayer. This wasn't about turkey and stuffing just yet. It was a call for Americans to reflect and give thanks for the blessings of peace and the establishment of their new government. It was a deeply political and patriotic act designed to foster a sense of shared national identity. Washington hoped this day of thanks would help unify the young country under a common purpose. However, Washington's proclamation didn't immediately create an annual holiday. For many years, Thanksgiving was celebrated sporadically. Different states and regions observed it on different days, if at all. Some presidents issued their own Thanksgiving proclamations, while others, like Thomas Jefferson, were opposed to the idea, believing it violated the separation of church and state. The holiday lacked consistency and was far from the nationwide event it is today. It was a good idea, but it needed a true champion to make it a permanent fixture in the American calendar. That champion was a remarkable woman named Josepha Hale. You might know her as the author of The Nursery, or I Mary Had a Little Lamb, but her legacy is so much greater. For over 3 decades, Hale, a popular writer and editor, campaigned relentlessly to make Thanksgiving a national holiday. She wrote countless letters to presidents, governors, and other influential figures. She published editorials in the widely read magazine she edited, Godey's Lady's Book, arguing that a unified Thanksgiving celebration would help heal the growing divisions in the country. She envisioned a day where families across the nation, North and South, would sit down together and give thanks, reinforcing the bonds of family and country. Hale's persistence finally paid off during one of the darkest times in American history, the Civil War. In 1863, the nation was torn apart. President Abraham Lincoln, seeking a way to bring a sense of hope and unity to a fractured country, was moved by Hale's passionate plea. In the midst of the war on October 3, 1863, Lincoln issued his own Thanksgiving proclamation. He declared the last Thursday of November as a national day of thanksgiving and praise. He called on all Americans, even as they were engaged in a brutal conflict, to take a moment to give thanks for the nation's blessings and to pray for the healing of its wounds. This proclamation officially established Thanksgiving as the annual national holiday we celebrate today. With Thanksgiving now a national holiday, its traditions began to take shape and spread across the country. Josepha Hale's influence was crucial here as well. Through her magazine, she promoted recipes and ideas for the perfect Thanksgiving dinner. She is largely credited with popularizing many of the dishes we now consider staples, like roasted turkey, stuffing, pumpkin pie, and cranberry sauce. She essentially created the menu for the American Thanksgiving, turning the meal itself into a cherished and standardized tradition. This helped create a shared cultural experience, where families from Maine to California could partake in a similar celebration. Of course, what's Thanksgiving without the turkey? The turkey became the centerpiece of the meal for a few reasons. They were native to North America, plentiful, and large enough to feed a big family. Letters and records from the 19th century confirmed that turkey was already a popular choice for celebratory feasts, and Hale's promotion solidified its status. The image of a golden brown roasted turkey on the dining table became synonymous with Thanksgiving, a symbol of abundance and a successful harvest. As the 20th century dawned, new traditions began to emerge, reflecting the changing times. One of the most famous is the Macys Thanksgiving Day Parade. It started in 1924 as a Christmas parade by Macys employees, many of whom were first-generation immigrants. They wanted to celebrate their new American heritage with a type of festival they remembered from their home countries in Europe. The parade featured floats, bands, and even live animals from the Central Park Zoo. It was an instant hit, and the first giant character balloon, Felix the Cat, made its debut in 1927. The parade quickly became a Thanksgiving morning ritual for millions. BROADCAST on television, and marking the official start of the holiday season. Another iconic and slightly quirky tradition is the presidential turkey pardon. While stories of presidents receiving turkeys as gifts go back to the 1870s, the official pardon is a more recent development. The tradition is often traced back to President Harry Truman in 1947. Although the Truman Library says he just accepted the turkey and likely ate it, President John F. Kennedy was the first on record to spare a turkey, saying, "Let's keep him going." However, it was President George H.W. Bush in 1989 who formalized the pardon as an annual White House ceremony. It's a lighthearted event that captures the nation's attention each year, adding a touch of humor and ceremony to the holiday. And let's not forget about football. The tradition of watching football on Thanksgiving Day began not long after the sport itself was invented. The first Thanksgiving football game was played in 1876 between Yale and Princeton. By the 1890s, thousands of games were being played on Thanksgiving across the country. In 1934, the Detroit Lions hosted the Chicago Bears for the first NFL game broadcast nationally on Thanksgiving. The Lions have played on Thanksgiving ever since, creating an unbreakable link between the holiday and the sport. For many families, the sounds of the game are as much a part of Thanksgiving as the smell of the turkey roasting. So from a solemn proclamation by George Washington to a national day of unity declared by Abraham Lincoln, and from Sarah Josepha Hale's recipes to parades and presidential pardons, Thanksgiving has constantly evolved. It's a holiday that reflects America's history, its challenges, and its ability to create shared traditions that bring people together. It's more than just a meal. It's a tapestry woven from threads of history, gratitude, and family. Every tradition, old and new, tells a part of the story of who we are as a nation. As we gather with our loved ones each year, we're not just eating a big meal, we're participating in a living history, a tradition that connects us to the past and gives us hope for the future. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey through the history of Thanksgiving. It's a holiday with a rich and meaningful story that continues to evolve with each passing year. If you found this interesting, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into the stories behind our traditions. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.